Hi, I'm Leah Selena reporting live for WDSU-TV, and I'm here at Delaware State University with the one and only Robert Bell. How are you?
I'm wonderful. After this wonderful morning, talking to the students.
So you've sold over 70 million albums worldwide, very successful. You have songs like Celebration, Jungle Boogie, my personal favorites, Ladies Night, and what was it? Get Down on It. Get Down on It. That was my favorite song. My parents, they're a little older than most people my age, so I grew up listening to old school music. So for you, what do you think led to you and your group's success throughout the years?
Well, I would say that we always tried to work hard together. Our parents always told us to stick together because we were very young. I mean, I was only 14 years old when we started getting to jazz at an early age, and then to R&B and the funk, and moving into the 70s and to the 80s. So, and the fan base, I think the fans who support us, we have to support them and never give up. You know, they say only the strong survive.
Definitely.
And this business is like a roller coaster ride. I mean, you can have a big hit record, and a year later, somebody you know about it. Well, what happened to so and so? So for us to survive the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and up to today, and still be here, it's a blessing.
And you're actually from New Jersey City. From Jersey City. So what was life like there growing up?
Actually, I was born in Youngstown, Ohio.
Okay.
I came to Jersey City in 1960. And in 1960, coming to Jersey, and we got together with our first group, which was the Jazz Gang. Growing up in Jersey City was a little rough for me, because here's a country boy coming to Jersey City, and I had to deal with the elements, which I mean up the street, because you had Newark, surrounded by Newark, Jersey City, and New York. You know, so I had to kind of figure out how I was going to survive out here in the hood, and also maintain what became Kool The Gang. A good gang, though. But I walked on the other side of the street for a minute. You know, it wasn't always easy. I had to defend my family, you know, because that's what was going on in the neighborhood.
Now your brother, Ronald, he was in the group as well.
Yes.
So what was it like having your blood brother in the group, being around him all the time? Did you bicker, like, go back and forth? Did you ever want to say, oh, forget it, I need a break?
Well, he had, we had our little problems, you know, as a family. It was my brother who kind of kept me on the music side, because I was walking on the wild side for a minute, and my brother kind of pulled me in, and I remember we were playing at the Cafe Bar, and I learned one song on the guitar, which was one of the members of the earlier group, and it was called Coming Home Baby by Herbie Mann, and I played that one song in the Cafe Bar on one string, and that's how I decided to become a bass player.
And now your parents, I'm sure they listen to music, so what kind of music did they listen to growing up, and how did it probably help mold you and your brother into making music and become the artist that you are today?
Well, in the house it was jazz and R&B, you know, my grandmother played a little piano, and my uncles and my family was always listening to music. My father was a boxer. He was top 5 featherweight. He boxed a lot in Cuba and Panama. So a lot of the musicians from Miles Davis and Freddie Hubbard and all those guys used to go to Cuba to play. And just like it is today, artists like to associate with fighters like Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather. You also have your groups want to be around the boxers or the fighters. So that's kind of what was happening with my father.
Right, and music-wise, you said jazz and R&B, which is a mix of how you describe your music. So how do you choose to arrange it and say, okay, I'm going to take this from jazz and I want to take this from R&B and we're going to put it together?
Depends on the song, you know, that we're creating. You know, a lot of our songs still have jazz riffs, you know, and R&B groups. You know, it's, a lot of times it's the drummer and the bass player and the keyboard, but the horns kind of move from jazz to funk.
And you talk about jazz and R&B, but you actually went on tour with Kid Rock. So can you tell us how that happened? How did you get on tour with Kid Rock?
Well, it was all about the music. You know, Kid Rock sampled some songs, took some samples of an album called Love and Understanding back in the 70s. So, and then Van Halen, they used to play funky stuff, Hollywood swinging, in the clubs back in L.A. We didn't know this. So they were listening to our music at the time. And then we had songs like Misled, Tonight, which had that rock edge to it. Because when that first came up, people were saying, Kool The Gang and Van Halen, how the hell is that going to work? You know? But David Lee Roth had a vision. He saw us play in England, you know, with the Glastonbury Festival. And on that festival, you had U2, mostly all rock, and we turned it out. So we said, hey, yeah, I think that will work. And that's how we ended up doing 48 shows with Van Halen. And then Kid Rock saw us in Detroit. I got to have Kool The Gang on with me, on the road with us as well. So it all kind of worked out.
Wow. So I overheard you saying there's a book in the works for Kool the Gang, maybe a movie, documentary, musical. I saw some heads turning in the audience. I think some people want to act in your movie. So is there any way, do you have any auditions lined up for the musical or movie that students can keep their eye out for?
Well, yeah, it depends on the writer, the director, and the producer. You know, we always keep things up on our website, you know, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
And not too long ago, you just got your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and it was on your birthday, I believe, right?
Sure was.
How was that whole experience for you?
It was great to be on my birthday, and the fact that after all these years, you know, we finally got a star in Hollywood, especially as we wrote a song about it called Hollywood Swinging. And I remember, I remember when we traveled to Hollywood, we had to drive all the way across America to Hollywood, and we said, oh, Hollywood, wow, we finally made it. But that was only the beginning. We had a long way to go from that point.
And you've done awareness for AIDS and solar energy, and just bringing awareness for students and young people, and just people in general all around the world. For young people who are trying to get in the music industry, what advice would you give to them, and for keeping to their morals and how to use their platform?
Well, I think they need to work hard at what they do, be true to what they do, if they really want to get into the business. I learned as much about the business side as well as the music side. And try to be original, because it's very hard today. Come up with your own original sound like we were. Back in the day, you heard the Temptations, you knew who they were. You heard Smokey Robinson, you knew who they were. You heard James Brown, you knew who they were. You know, Kool The Gang. We all, you know, had our own ID sound. So that's very important today.
And do we have any new music in the works for Kool The Gang, or a new album?
Yes. The legacy continues. That's the name of the new album coming out. No, we had a song out called Sexy back in the summer.
Okay.
And we hadn't had a record out in 10 years, so that was the beginning of coming with new music.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming down here to Delaware State University and speaking to the faculty and the staff. We really do appreciate it, and it was a pleasure.